What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Al King, back on that again with another banger for y'all's out here today there, y'all. I'm tired of a bitch, but I know it's been a long time since I dropped a video on this channel, but I do miss you guys, even though I'm tired as hell. We gonna drop a good one here for y'all's tonight. But guys, welcome on back to the channel. Y'all, it's gonna be a good one. I gotta talk about the Acolyte. Now, I remember back in the day, I talked a little bit about the Acolyte, shared my thoughts on it. But if you guys remember, I did not finish the Acolyte. I got to like the third episode and I said, fuck it. On God, y'all, I swear. But now I finished it, right? I just finished it tonight and I say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make a video because the Acolyte, it really got my brain spinning. It's like, if they didn't screw up so bad on the lore and certain really important scenes, this honestly could have been a fantastic show. It really could have. And it's just a waste of characters that could have been so awesome. Like our main villain here, who doesn't even have a name. You know that Asian dude. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, watching the show, he didn't even get I don't even think he got a name. But everybody on the internet, they just call him Smilo Ren, pretty much. So we just gonna stick with that. Damn shame YouTube had to name this motherfucker. That shit wild. But I was just like, this show has so much potential and just a waste of awesome characters that could have been done so much better. And it didn't help with the whole controversy afterwards, like outside of the show with Amanda. What's that girl name? Amanda Sternberg, or I think that's how I got her name right. Amanda Sternberg. Where her whole fiasco off the show and everything. But I ain't gonna lie, I actually enjoyed her in this show. I really did. And I just don't like how they written her and her sister at parts. They had some cool moments, I will say. Like, I did like the part where, one of the sisters, I think it was May, she had took Osha's clothes and tried to impersonate as her. I thought that was cool, and how they, did that switch up. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. And, seeing the end with Osha and the Asian dude, like them teaming up. And then we also got a glimpse of Plagueis and everything. That was cool, seeing the direction it was going with that in the future. And one scene I thought that was cool, but I found out from like other Star Wars fans is like it didn't make sense, but I ain't gonna lie, it was still cool to see. But like when May, she I don't know what the heck she did, but like with the lightsaber, she like bled the crystal or whatever. I don't know how the heck she pulled that off, but like it went from blue to red. Like that was pretty savage, I ain't gonna lie. But I definitely understand after doing research on that. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. A lot of this show doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And it's not a great show, but I ain't gonna lie. There's a part of me that still enjoyed, well, not enjoyed, but kind of enjoyed. There's a part of me that just kept me hooked. Because like at first, which I was honestly surprised. And I even said this back in the day, the Acolyte isn't the worst Star Wars show of all time. It's really not. Lore-wise, it is. But as a show, hear me out, it's not the worst of all time. Because the pacing is honestly a lot better than a lot of the other Star Wars TV shows. It really is. And it's one of the, I'm not going to say one of them, but, it definitely stands out on keeping me hooked. Now, I know that sounds crazy after I said I jumped off literally after the third episode. But some said just today, I was just so bored. I just came back to it and I finally finished the show. I got hooked when our villain came on. Like when he pulled up Smilo Ren, whatever people call him, like he was the one that led this show, if I'm just being honest. Like, that's what I wanted to see more of. And it sucks they didn't really give him a solid backstory. I have no idea, like, if this one scene, with that white dude with the curly hair where he got possessed or whatever, I don't know, was that him back in the day and then he turned into Smilo Ren? I hope not. Like, I mean, if so, that's gonna be crazy if I miss that. But I mean, if so, I'm just gonna be like, bro, like, how you go from a white dude to Asian? Like, I mean, just race. He just waist jumped like a motherfucker. Is that how the Force work in this show? You know, boom. He came to the dark side. Well, let me rephrase that. He started off at the light side, white, and then he went to the dark side. Motherfucker, he came out there as Asian. You know, so I don't know. It didn't quite go into detail, but I have a feeling that's kind of how this show might have went. But I'm assuming that's, I don't know. It's just certain parts of the show that kind of hints at that. I hope that's not true, but there's just parts of this build up that just didn't need to be there. But I ain't gonna lie, this show did have some moments where I was just like, you know what? Like, it did have really good like depth into certain characters, I will say. But I ain't gonna lie, you know, the whole sisters being born from just like out the blue, you know, from the force, and that whole thing at the beginning that made me tune out of the show. If they would have cut that part out and just rewrote it, this honestly would have been a solid show. And then we got to go into my boy Yord, man. I was so disappointed that they knocked off Yord. Like, I mean, dude, like, you come out there with Killmonger hairstyle, I'm thinking he finna go savage, but he get fucked up. Like, come on, guys. Like, dude, you're supposed to be a monger, and he got fucked up, guys. Like, and I'm just sitting back like, how? You know, it was really insane to me. You know, when I really saw that, I was like, dang, man. I mean, he put up an okay fight, but still, man, like, don't come out there with the monger haircut and get fucked. Like, come on, man. Like, they should have rewrote that 10 times better, in my personal opinion. A lot of the show they should have wrote a lot more better, but you know, it's a love-hate relationship with this show. It's like, if they didn't screw up so bad with the lore, like lore related stuff, and with the force, and then make that dumb decision at the beginning, this honestly could have went down as a legit, like, fantastic show. Like, it really could have, honestly. And I'm so surprised. I'm actually saying this. I'm probably one of the only few Star Wars fans that will actually admit this, you know, that it could have done. Obviously, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said earlier, this is not a great show, but I will give it credit. Like, once it got to like episode 4, that's when things, I was actually engaged. Like, I was just like, whoa, like, this is actually like, I'm actually in tune with this, you know? But unfortunately, they just dropped the ball. Like, it was just so sloppy with just the characters, you know? It's like, I don't know. But I will say, this show did have depth at parts. I was not expecting all these Jedi to just get wiped out by Smilo Ren. I was not expecting that. And then on top of that, you know, just the villain alone, man, he stole this show. And it sucks that they screwed up this show, like, with the lore, and like lore wise, and certain characters popping up saying like they was in there, but they really wasn't supposed to be there in that timeline. You know, if they didn't screw up on major stuff like that, this show could have been so great. And it sucks that they fumbled the bag. Disney, they fumbled the bag with this show. Wasted a lot of great talent, honestly, unfortunately. And I seen so much potential with this, but it's just like they screwed it up with the beginning. Like, the beginning of this show really messed it up. The first 3 episodes destroyed it. But after that, it actually becomes enjoyable. Well, let me not say enjoyable, but it definitely becomes a lot more engaging. And I do like some of the planets and places that they go to, the sceneries. They did a great job with that, I will say. But, man, it sucks, because it's like, I saw so much potential with this show, but it's still, I mean, it's not great. But after watching it, I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't. It's like, I mean, if we got a season 2, I don't know, man. Like, it's like I would watch it, but only for the villain, if I'm just being honest. That's the only way I would watch it. If on Smilo Ren's the main focus of season 2, if we even get a season 2, heck yeah. But if not, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good. But I doubt we're gonna get that. And I don't know, it's just so much you gotta fix with the screw ups in this show. It's so much that has to be fixed, and this show definitely did a lot of damage, for sure, to a lot of the lore that we're used to. Screwed it up big time. And just the idea of just spawning these two twins. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the idea of the twins. And I know a lot of people said, a lot of these YouTubers were saying, oh, the acting was bad with the young twins. I thought the acting was okay, in my personal opinion. And then Amanda Sternberg, she actually killed it, in my personal opinion, in terms of her acting. I thought it was pretty good, actually, her acting skills. But they just wrote this thing so sloppy. It's like there's parts of this where I'm like, wow. Then there's parts of this where I'm just like, wow, y'all screwed up big time. It's a bittersweet show, I will say. It's like there's parts of this, like the fight scenes, the lightsaber duels, they were on point. That's the one thing this show got right. They went savage with that. I will give them that. That was pretty dang on good. But the story was sloppy, man. It could have been so much better. This show could have went down as a freaking masterpiece. It really could have. But nah, they screwed it up, unfortunately. But Disney, one of these days, hopefully they learn. But it is your boy Al King. Like and subscribe, share. Your boy's still been hitting that gym too, guys. I got a update and stuff coming, for the channel and stuff. And I just haven't been on social media like that. I've been taking a big break, but I do miss you guys. And there's a lot of things that recently changed, but we still here. That's all I want to say. And y'all take it easy.
I possess all your dreams. A demon preys on